For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you.
So what was the question you were just asking me about the longest stretch I've ever been out? Yeah. Now you do realize I'm the one that's doing the interview, right? Like this isn't the, you know, this isn't motherfucking Mad. Felons making a difference. This is Prison Junkie, dude. Oh, it's okay. I'll answer your question. So, you know, I mentioned this on stream before, but the first time I got locked up, I was a late bloomer, man. It was 2008. For real. I mean, I'd done a couple of months here and there, but I mean, the first time I got a prison bid in me was 2008, at which point I was 31.
Yeah, I was pretty old too. I spent a lot of time in the jail. My folks were older, so I was always worried about them being sick and something happening. So I was always in the jail. I spent a lot of time in the beach jail. I probably spent close to about 8 years in the jail altogether.
8 years in the jail?
Yeah, between a couple.
Like 6 months here, a year there.
Yeah, I did 2 years. I did 2 years twice.
How did you not go? How did you not ship? Is you were just like fighting your case and it just
never worked out. Yeah, I was always a trustee, so that, you know what I'm saying.
I mean, that's not something you see every day. I mean, I'm not trying to, you know, stereotype anybody, but I mean, black dudes on Harleys, I mean, more power to them. God bless them. Anyway, so how old were your parents when
89 and
when they had you, man?
Oh, shoot, I don't know. I'm not good with, my memory's not so well when it goes back that far. My oldest sister's 17 years.
17 years older than you.
Mm-hmm.
And how many other like brothers and sisters do you have?
I have a brother and 2 sisters.
Do you have a good relationship with them?
Awesome. Now that things, I don't know, man. Before, I used to, when I get out, man, it wasn't long and I'd be right back in, and that's happened that way for the past 2 decades, you know, almost. And this time was different. It was way different, actually, man. I was out longer than I ever had, and I had a decent plan, man. I was in, you know, the re-entry's big now, man. So I really looked into what I was going to do when I got out, and I did everything that I said I was going to do. I didn't do it.
Now, when you got out, I know you were in Indian Creek, and you got out in 2014. And then I know you did another year after that, right?
Yeah.
And then, so you've been out now for how long?
January 8th. This year will be 2 years. Oh, coming up will be 2 years.
And so we're talking about this stretch right here, this last 2 years.
It's been the longest stretch since whenever. It's been the longest stretch.
And that was the catalyst for, you know, something that I think that we originally had a conversation. We had a conversation about that. And I knew that, I don't know if I found out through you that something had happened, or if it was a video that I watched and I heard about something happening. And I remembered, I put myself right there in your shoes and I was like, aha, I remember when this kind of happened to me. It wasn't a charge so much as it was, you know, this big I guess it was public, you know, and whatever. It was, you know, just a big dust up or whatever. And I wanted, I wanted no one else to tell my story. Yeah. And I keep telling people this in all walks of life, whether it has anything to do with YouTube or anything else. If it's a friend, if it's an enemy, if it's your ex-girlfriend, your ex-old lady, the mother of your children, your baby's mama, your parents, whatever. I'm not gonna let someone else write my story. Yeah. And I did reach out to you and I was like, look, be careful. Yeah. This is very tricky. These are very dangerous waters. You better bring your A game or it's gonna be a bloodbath. And
that's why when I started my channel, I was really adamant about what I wanted. I knew what I wanted. I wanted almost like what you're doing now, but I didn't know how to get there. I didn't know editing. I didn't know filming. I just knew content. It was my goal to get right and to help, because certain avenues wouldn't let me be the person who I am. My child's mother won't let me see my son because whatever. So I had to find something constructive to do in order to stay sane and stay out of prison and stay not locked up, because, triggers and all that stuff. But I found avenues to stay out of trouble, and it was in my heart, man. See, my sister's a teacher. My brother has been in the grocery industry.
My sister's a teacher too.
Yeah, and my other sister's a nurse. There was no lane for me to take or no avenue to, to go. Like I like to be called Gelico not because I just like to be called by my last name, but my last name means something to me. You know what I'm saying? No one could ever say a bad word about my father. I never heard anybody say a bad word about my father. So it's kind of a big deal to me.
Because they do say bad things about you?
Yeah.
And you're the only one.
Yeah,
I mean, you're like the black sheep or the outcast of the whole family, which is my story too. Hey, you could look at that in a different way. Like, man, all these people, they were square their entire life. All they did was take care of their family, take care of their bills, constantly and gradually and just in a very progressive way and positive way improve their life. We didn't do that at all. We just ruined it, and it was like a Jenga board. We keep pulling pieces out.
A lot of people who end up in the game or the lifestyle, they lose everything. See, I never had anything because I'm starting from zero anyway. So all I had was, it was to go forward, So making a difference isn't just about me making a difference. I surround myself, or people I've helped or people that I like make a difference every day in other people's lives and whatever. And I'm not saying that they should get credit for it, but I'm just saying if everybody helps everybody, But no, after I got arrested, man, it was a dark period mentally, but I came back around. I wanted to make videos. I wanted to make videos before I was in videos. So
yeah,
that's why I decided to start my channel. It wasn't rebuttal. It wasn't a rebuttal at all. It was me trying to do what I want. And one of them I had 3 videos. 2 of them ended up all right. And the last one just whatever. And that's when I was like, this is not what I want to do.
If you had to say the 3 things that you wanted to do with yours, what were they? I feel like it was number 1, it was be honest, but you had to be real clever to protect yourself about what.
Yeah, I said yeah.
Right.
I just want to make a difference, man. I want something I can make a difference, have something I can be proud of, and just give it 100%.
Because here's the thing, I've owned my own business. I've never been wildly successful, but for short periods of time, because I always fuck it up. And you do everything. It's always got to be spectacular. Spectacular rise, spectacular crash. That's why I really wanted to do a video with you, because I'm just interested in you. I mean, I met you a couple of times. That's the beginning, right? That's the germ of it. But we had a few conversations, and it was just, I felt like I had been in your shoes. There are other people who have worked for other prison YouTube channels, not even for just APS, for instance. I've talked to people, from other prison channels, and I've always given them advice. What's the saying? How does the saying go, man? do as I say, not as I do. Just trust me, dude. I've been there. I've tried this before. Yeah. Man, hey, look. Because I know, man. Hey, look, I was high as hell on camera.
I don't want to do prison content or have a prison channel. The people I deal with have been to prison, but they're just individuals. Whether they smoke crack all day, done heroin, or they did heroin or whatever it is, they're individuals. They're human beings, you know? So I want to just unlikely people who are doing good things.
You said you're not changing who you are.
Yeah, you know.
Because you know who you are
Yeah.
on the internet to a lot of people is Methico.
Yeah, yeah. I heard that. I saw that one just recently, yeah.
I saw something on Reddit that says Yanni's still on the lam, and that was kind of the beginning of some of this stuff where I was like, nah, motherfucker, this is me. I'm right here. I'm like, dude, I'm really doing some good things with my life. I get that you've got a record of some of this stuff. It became a chip on my shoulder, and then it became like a thing where, you know what, I don't need any of this public stuff. All it does is kind of pollute the pool. I don't need it. And then during COVID, I had just so much free time and I didn't know whether I was gonna live or die because of these illnesses that I had, which wasn't COVID, but it was kind of affected by. I said, no, I really do wanna do this. I wanna do it my way. I wanna write my own story. And again, that's why I want you to be able to write this story. And you just mentioned earlier that, I've got this channel, there's some stuff I wanted to do, but it just became a thing because it's so much work.
When I first had the idea, the timing was right, but I wasn't ready. You know, the timing was perfect for me to do what I wanted to do wholeheartedly, but I couldn't do it.
Look, you got charged with a sales case, right?
Yeah, I could be wrong.
But now it's been 6 months?
It's been a while. It's been Easter. I just need to chill. And I got a couple people in position that I want to help themselves and be a part of it so I can chill, you know.
And I met 4 or 5 other people today that
they either work for me or they're going to, like the last guy you see. I told him, hey man, come on, just come on out. You know, you've seen some of his problems, and that's an everyday thing. Me and Ann deal with individuals that need us. You know, they need that positive, you know, and we need them inevitably. You know?
Yeah, but dude, I saw 2 people, the stuff that you showed me today, you could easily have put that stuff up on Facebook, put it up on YouTube, and you're carrying these guys to detoxes. I was blown away. Like, as you're doing some of the stuff, you know, that I do and some of the stuff that I haven't done, but I want to do. And you're not even showing anybody.
If somebody needs me, I don't want to be distracted with a freaking camera. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This isn't YouTube. This is how I live. This is how we live our lives.
Yeah. So it's shocking to me. It's very surprising to me because I want to shock, I want to surprise, but I also want to be shocked and surprised. You know, yesterday, and I didn't bring a camera. I just wanted to see if we could kind of trust each other a little bit because there are reasons why we wouldn't. and then today, you know, we'll see if it's a totally different guy. And no, in fact, there were even more people that I was probably the most unreliable person you dealt with. I mean, you were definitely a hell of a lot more reliable than me. I'll put it to you like that. And so here you are. My channel in particular is not just about second chances. This is like 30-second chances or 130-second chances
and
because
lot of individuals, it's just like me, the same thing, man. Only because my mother and father, they instilled love is the only reason my family is a part of my life.
Yeah.
You know, so, and forgiveness and stuff like that. Because I wouldn't do what they did. If one of my sisters or brothers act that way, there's no way in hell I would forgive them or there's no way I would have done what my friends and family have done for me. None of them have a real understanding. I mean, they do, but addiction, no one really has a clue unless they've been through it.
You know, he told me he got arrested when he was 10 or 4th grade, 11?
Yeah.
For robbery.
Well, possession of a firearm.
And it was to the paper boy?
Yes.
And this was because you were a big reader, or you wanted to you wanted to find out the sports scores from the night before?
I was just wanted to talk, you know. I didn't have a BB gun, you know. So
Yeah, and then so how long till the next one?
6th grade.
Okay. So then did you skip set? Was it even number of years? Like you go 4th grade, 6th grade, 8th grade?
No, I've been getting in trouble kind of all my life, but I caught felonies official by 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I caught more in 7th, and then 9th, and then 12th. You know, I didn't even do time to my 3rd, you know, real time till like after my 3rd violation. So it was just a couple days here, a couple days. It ain't that way anymore.
They do. The patience do run out, don't they?
Yes, man. And you've heard it before, man. I ain't got another bit in me, man. This one's gonna be tough. It really is. This one's really gonna be tough.
Well, how do you know? Do you think there's any possibility that there won't be this one? Because it's a miracle. You got a bond. I mean, you do have a bond.
I mean, the lady told me why I got bond.
Because of COVID?
Because I ain't straight out, looked me dead in my face, first thing she said.
Because
Now, my parents passed away in '08, and when I came home from the jail, the house that I was born and raised in was empty.
But the house was still there, or no?
Yeah, it was still there, it was just empty. And
so the life was out of it.
yeah, everything. My sisters and brothers moved everything out. There were some things I had to get, but yeah, it was just 2008, and while I was away, I had a girlfriend that passed.
Well, so you asked me the longest stretch. Yeah. What's the longest stretch you've had? Is this it now?
Yeah, now.
2 years. Not even.
I'm working on it, yeah. Working on it.
And you've only had 2 years out. I mean, you've always had the probation or the parole monkey.
Yeah, I've been on probation or parole since before I was an adult. I didn't do any real juvenile time because I just didn't.
Yeah, I didn't either. Okay, so you've been out on bond for 6 months. I'm not going to get into the circumstances of the charges. Obviously, you made some bad decisions. Now, as far as decision making is concerned, I mean, were there other little things that started planting those seeds? Was it just I just want to get too successful too fast?
No, I just want, after, I'm 40 plus years old, so. You want to get your life back. You want to do the things that you've always thought you wanted to do, And I was just at that point where I had the know-how and the means to just do it, man. And I went pretty hard.
So, I know you mentioned earlier, do you really think that you're going to do some time?
Yes.
Like there's just no two ways around it. There's no.
No, I mean there is, man, but you can't think that way. You and I both know that. I can't.
I always plan on the worst.
You have to, because I walked into a dirty urine thinking I was going home and ended up doing 3 years.
You did 3 years?
Yeah, I did a year in jail and 2 at Indian Creek for one single dirty urine. So nothing really surprised. I can't allow myself to think that way. I have to prepare myself and the ones I care about and take care of loose ends for me to be away. All those storage units, when the day comes, all those will be empty.
Well, in preparation for.
Yeah. But there's the thing, I have the tool unit. And all my tools and all the vans are going to be left to an individual who's capable of making sure that it's there when I come back.
What do you think is the worst case scenario?
Pound. I do 5-piece.
Yeah.
Most likely do a 2-piece. Non-violent. You know how it goes.
How often? Because I know it's entered your mind. If I was in your position, it would. I might push it away, but has it ever entered your mind that, you know, you could put in some work for the people, for the peoples? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I know what you're saying. Yes,
Because here you are, you're 42 years old. There's only so much gas left in the tank.
we talked about morals before, and that's just not part of it. That's not. I was asked. I was questioned. They had my girl over here, and you know they tried, man. But it's just ain't nobody else gonna do my time.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, a lot of people probably wouldn't hear it because it's when there's a face attached to the time and the sentence. I mean, again, it's one of those things where everyone, you know, casts judgment, throws that stone.
Yeah, absolutely.
But these are a lot of times the same people that think drugs should be legal.
Yeah.
It ends up being a deal where, oh, I don't like him, so fuck him.
Yeah.
You know.
I've always gotten a lot of that. People don't like me, and I don't know why. But oh yeah, I mean, I'm a pretty good dude. I think. Pretty good dude.
Well, you're a salesman. Take it from one salesman to another. You know, I started detailing cars when I was 16 years old, and I was selling them at 19.
And that's the thing, man. I've been knocking on doors since I could walk, asking if they wanted, you know, their grass cut. I've been chasing people for money since I was 13 and had 300 papers. You know what I'm saying? So, I've been doing this. You know what I'm saying? My mom taught me poker when I could barely talk.
Oh, are you a?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a gambler.
Any card game, and what's your favorite poker game to play in on the street and on prison?
Street, you know, 7-card stud.
You know what me and Rabbit used to play?
Don't.
We just straight played Hold'em. Here, you want to have a seat?
Right on.
Yeah.
That's the thing about cards and gambling.
Or you need a boot.
Getting old, man. Getting old. That's the thing, man.
Oh, you're not wearing them.
That's the thing, man. Life's a gamble in general. And that's where, you know, I've always lived my life, unfortunately, by win it all or lose anything, lose everything. Just like tonight, I have work in progress. I have money coming to me, but the only thing I have to my name is what I got in my pocket.
Let me see. Let me hold that for a minute. For real.
I may have more money coming to me, but I don't.
Record
I
that.
just smoked the last one.
You got one, bro? Because I've literally smoked my last one, which means I need one. Hey, how you doing, man? What's your name?
Gary.
Gary? You a Ravens fan?
No, I just got the shirt.
That's, yeah. I was going to say, we kicked your ass 2 weeks ago. Kansas City, baby.
Bring me a New York Giants. No, Yankees.
Yeah.
I got to meet him at, what do you call it, Loggerhead.
You need a light, bud?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here you go, Gary. How you doing, man?
I'm alive, ain't I?
Yeah. We were just talking about how.
Not in the back of a fucking hearse or in the fucking graveyard, you're okay.
Yeah, you better believe it.
But when you get to that funeral home, you gotta listen to all your fucking people bitch about what they gonna get. You don't believe them? 2 of them.
Well, on that note, then let the speakers ride.
So good.
When I go in the dirt, I ain't trying to hear all that.
Sunshine Band. You ever heard of them?
KC and the Sunshine Band. KC and the Sunshine Band.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's my favorite group. Yeah, of course I've heard of them. I can't remember any of their songs. Sing one for me.
They started out in Pensacola, Florida.
Oh yeah.
In a motherfucking warehouse.
What's their big hit?
What do you think it is?
I don't remember. That's why I'm asking you, Gary. I know I've heard of the band. Honestly, I've heard of the band, but I cannot remember the song.
Let me tell you something.
Oh shit.
fucked it now.
Where you from?
I'm originally from Kansas City.
Kansas City?
Yes, sir.
That's an old song.
Oh, shit. Okay, what's that?
How's it go? Kansas City.
Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. No?
I know you don't get paid to sing.
Wow, Gary came in with the zingers.
Ain't no sunshine when she gone.
Oh.
Only cloudness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she gone. It's time she's been gone too long. Anytime she goes away. And I know, hey, won't you leave the young thing alone? Who's gonna sing that?
I appreciate the song, Gary. Take care of yourself, man. Be easy. So I've spent the better part of a day and a half with you, largely not recorded. Some of it's technical stuff, some of it was getting to know your stuff, some of it was, you know, what's really going on when he thinks no one's looking stuff.
Me and my calls are just what I'm trying to do. I'm not a natural leader by many. I have ambition, you know what I'm saying? And I have ideas and they've been working out. Like there's you know, like I told you, there's several individuals, their stories are awesome, man. And I was a part of it, you know. It feels good. They're doing their own thing, drive around, you know, it's awesome. As one man, I can't change the world, but I can change the world for one man, you know. And that's, you know, it's the camaraderie from drug addicts to inmates. You know how it is, man. There's just something, you know, you learn about someone's family, you learn who they are during certain circumstances like addiction and incarceration.
You'll never spend as much time as you do
that's it.
With your bunkie.
Yeah.
Or the guy next to, you know,
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
You're eating with him every day, you're sometimes working with him every day, you're sleeping next to him every day, you're playing sports with him every day, you're hustling with him every day, you're doing time every day. You're living and you're dying and you're just trying to stay sane.
That's it.
Every day.
Everybody's just
and we
trying
don't.
To yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. Everybody's just trying to make it, man, you know? Everybody's just trying to make it, you know?
Do you think you've ever really fit in the world?
Not really, man. There's never been... I don't have many friends. I have a lot of acquaintances. I have a lot of... And I have people that I consider family. All the way to, you know... But, you know, there's just... I don't know.
Because I always felt like no group that either would have me...
Yeah.
Was, if you did have me, there had to be something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Because there's something inside of me that says, you know, you're phony, you're fake.
Yeah.
Your heart's not in the right place. You don't fit in. There's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, the first time I got comfortable at parties, you know, because I started getting a lot of anxiety and feeling kind of awkward at, you know, pretty early. I just never fit with the athlete. You know, I could play sports, I could do that. But I just, no matter what, I just never really felt a part. And I think that's what the drugs and booze, which I started with first. And I was like you, I mean, I got a pretty young. First time I got drunk, actually, my dad, I think I was 7 years old, he gave me 3 Coors Lights. I kept bugging him for one. He got a little drunker, I had 2. He got a little drunker, he had 3. And I remember him and his buddy watching me bounce into walls and fall over myself, 7, 8 years old, and they thought it was funny. And it's something I'll never forget. I don't blame them necessarily, but it wasn't the greatest start. And I think about you and being in 4th grade, and it's like, this is 30 years, because we're almost the same age, and have been arrested dozens of times and done, you know, almost 10 years, you know, each one of us. And, you know, people are asking us to change overnight. How is that possible? If somebody could do it, I can't. I didn't.
And it's hard on both people, the people that need somebody to change and the people that are trying to change. And that's the thing that people don't understand, both on the outside and on the inside. Things take time, man. You know, things take time, you know, and
Well, even when I'm doing the right thing, even for an extended period of time, like now, still skeptical.
Yeah.
Still questions.
Me,
Still don't like whatever lifestyle, you know?
I've been home almost 2 years. I've never had my child alone, my son by blood, little bro. I've never been able to take him, take him, ever. My family, I never showed up at my family's house with my son, ever. And I bust my ass. But it's one of those things that you have to understand takes time.
Yeah.
And when the time's right, like, I'm not prepared to have a kid in my life, 100% of the time. So I have to acknowledge that there's things that I want, but sometimes it's not always the right time, Everybody there's a time and place for everything,
Yeah.
And I've had to learn that, to be patient. And I learned how to be, you think after all that time I'd be patient after doing all that time, but, I still gotta wait, I waited for a visit. I'm still waiting.
And then you have your girl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's a good one, man. I got a good one there. I really do.
You did. I like her a lot, man.
Yeah, man, everybody loves her, dude. Everybody loves her. She's a good girl, man. But, I get scared. Because, I don't know, I just get scared for her because I don't know. I've just been there for her,
Are you worried you're not going to be there for her in the future?
No, I'm a good dude,
No, but I mean, if you do have to go away.
Yeah, it's gonna kill her or it's gonna kill me, All my life, I've kind of wondered, I've had these two lifestyles that I was adamant about, that I was 100% here, 100% here, and I used to often ask myself, am I a bad guy who's doing good, or am I a good guy who often does bad?